This is the Wrestling Takeover Podcast, man. Let's get it popping.
Welcome to...
You're listening to the Wrestling Takeover.
What is your name?
With your host, Jordan Turner, who's always gonna keep it real.
Come on, King.
Inside and outside the ring.
Let me make myself clear. He's got the fans behind him, King.
It's time to take over, King.
Are you ready? He's all fired up now, King. Take over.
Let's go.
Listening to the Wrestling Takeover Podcast, your number one source for bold takes, real talk, creative perspective, in-depth discussions, and all things talking WWE today. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what it is. Y'all know the vibes, bro. We are going to get into WWE casual conversation, the state of the WWE number 12, man. But I'm your host, Jordan Turner, a passionate voice within the wrestling community, delivering unfiltered analysis 3 times a week, rather as breaking down weekly shows, reacting to breaking news, or previewing the biggest pay-per-view events. We don't shy away from telling like it is, man. We keep it 100. We don't bullshit. All right, no clickbait, no fluff, just real wrestling talk for the fans by a fan. So do me a favor, tap in to the Wrestling Takeover Podcast. Subscribe to the Wrestling Takeover Podcast on YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify. Sit back, relax, and chill, and enjoy the ride. This is the Wrestling Takeover Podcast, man. The most creative and honest podcast in the wrestling community, man. Appreciate y'all kicking it with me, man. Listen, I'm not a genius, all right? I'm not, all right? I don't call myself a genius. That's not me, all right? I know a lot of things, but I'm not a genius. I'm just ahead of the curve. All right. But listen, how is everybody doing? First and foremost, how is everybody doing? Welcome everybody back to another brand new Audiomation video right here on the Wrestling Takeover Podcast. Yo, listen, check me out. So we got some topics. Got a lot of topics to talk about. I got a couple of, I'm starting to incorporate more of TikTok within the wrestling space, within the wrestling community, because we got some cats on the TikTok community that say some stupid shit. They say some stupid shit, and I want to get my opinion on the things that they say. And then you got some people who, all right, you speaking facts? There's logic with what you're saying. Let's talk about it. Let's respond to it. You feel me? So I am going to be incorporating more just TikTok opinions on the current product pertaining to the WWE. And we are going to incorporate that on today's video of the state of the WWE casual conversation, where we're laid back, we're mellow, we're chill. We have a glass of wine in our hand. We're popping them the earbuds, headphones. I don't know where y'all at. If you're at the gym, if you're at school. Well, summer is just started, so school, I know y'all ain't in school, but if y'all at the gym, y'all at the crib, and y'all hanging out, and y'all want to listen to a great, educational, honest, passionate, very knowledgeable wrestling podcast, the Wrestling Takeover, I'm telling y'all now, you're going to enjoy what y'all hear. So, but listen, I'm going to start incorporating more TikTok conversations. Got a little bit sidetracked. I'm going to start incorporating more TikTok reaction things on the Wrestling Takeover Podcast when I do the state of the WWE casual conversation. But we're not going to be talking about TikTok right now. We're going to save that for later, because there's some other topics that I want to get to. All right. We are going to be talking about Charlotte Flair. She gives her opinion. She addresses the way people view age of women versus the age of men. We're going to get into that. The preview and predictions for WWE Evolution 2. If you guys missed, man, listen, I'm very honest. I am very upfront with my opinions. And maybe my opinions are a little bit too steep for some. If you guys did check out my Evolution 2 coverage, when I gave my personal opinion, just an opinion about the state of Evolution 2, the build, the entire card, and y'all didn't check that video out that I put out yesterday, do me a solid. Go check it out. Spread the word. Show me some love. Subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your audio platforms, man. I did an amazing job, I feel like. So go tap in. We're going to talk about Evolution 2, preview predictions. We're going to talk about Becky Lynch as well, too. What's up with the fucking hate for Becky Lynch, man? Y'all niggas got to calm down with the hate for Becky Lynch. We're going to get into that, man. It's kind of a little rant that I want to get into. We're going to get into that as well. And then we got 3 TikTok videos that I want to be responding to. But as I'm looking down here, we're going to kick off with Evolution. Just get this out the way. So, preview predictions for Evolution 2. All right, we got Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for the world title. We got JC Jane and Jordan Grace for the NXT women's title. We got Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. We got Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. We have the Kabuki Warriors with Kairi Sane and Asuka. And we have another team as well. It will be a fatal 4-way. And listen, if you're an OG, y'all know my stance on the women's tag team titles. If you're new and you're just finding the Wrestling Takeover Podcast, thank you. Number 1. Number 2, I'm not a fan of the women's tag team titles. I don't care for them. They do nothing for me personally. I don't care who has those titles. I kind of already know who's going to win them, but I don't care who holds those titles. They do nothing for me. Nothing at all. Just my personal opinion. But we got that match. We got the Battle Royal. The winner of the Battle Royal will be the number 1 contender for whatever title that they're on the brand with for Clash at the Castle. So we're going to talk about that as well, too. Trish Stratus versus Tiffany Stratton. Jade Cargill versus Naomi, which I believe the Battle Royal, if it goes the way it should, is going to have adverse effects on Jade Cargill and Naomi. And then we're going to talk about Lyra Valkyria, Becky Lynch, and Bayley, which that is a match that people are subsequently, I would say they're pushing for that specific match to main event Evolution. So that's the card. Listen, I am somewhat interested in the card. I'm still going back and forth on if I want to review the pay-per-view. I will let you guys know. But the card doesn't look as bad. The build's been shit, in my opinion. The best build has been Lyra Valkyria, Becky Lynch, Bayley, and then Jade Cargill versus Naomi. NXT with JC Jane and Jordan Grace has been solid too. Everything else has kind of been put together. So, but here's my predictions for what I think is going to happen with Evolution. Let's start with the Battle Royal. Let's get the Battle Royal out the way. I don't know who's in it. I don't know who the participants are except for one, and that is Nikki Bella. I think this Battle Royal is going to be built around Nikki Bella. I'm not going to hold you guys, man. I tweeted it out on social media. If you guys follow me on Twitter, do me a solid. Go do it and follow me at Twitter, at JT Takeover. Listen, I talked about Nikki Bella. I would not mind a last, I would say, final run for Nikki Bella, you know, in the WWE. And maybe she wins the Battle Royal. She was the only one that's been announced. Everybody else has not been announced yet. So why would Nikki Bella be the only one, quote unquote, so far that was announced to be a part of the Battle Royal? I do have a feeling that we are going to get a last ditch effort with the run of Nikki Bella. And quite frankly, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. We're going to see if she can hang with the women today. So we're going to see. But I'm choosing between Nikki Bella and a returning Bianca Belair. Now, Bianca Belair is going to have adverse effects of Jade Cargill and Naomi. And then the ultimate, the two women's title matches that I could see taking place at WrestleMania. I'm going to kind of put these two topics in one big conversation. All right. So the Battle Royal, it's going to be between Bianca Belair and Nikki Bella. But I could see Bianca Belair winning this one if she's going to return. If she's not going to come back, Nikki Bella might be the smart choice here. Or if AJ Lee comes back, AJ Lee better win that. Who knows? Let's talk about Jade Cargill and Naomi. Let's talk about that. I think the feud has kind of been a little watered down lately. I think this feud is going to continue. It needs to continue. We're just waiting for it to involve Bianca Belair. Now, a lot of people want the triple threat match between Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca Belair. A lot of people want Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill one-on-one. A lot of people want Naomi versus Bianca Belair. We don't know where they're going to go, but those three women need to be in cahoots with one another for the long term heading into WrestleMania 42. Personally. That's just me, though. You guys might think differently. That's fine. But those three specific women, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Naomi, need to be in cahoots heading into next year. Jade Cargill. I have been giving my constructive criticism of Jade Cargill. There's one thing, like right out of the gate, there's one thing that we all can agree with. WWE ain't waiting no more. WWE is not waiting anymore. They're tired of waiting. They're going to do what they do, right? And they're pushing that rocket pack onto Jade Cargill. They're not waiting anymore. Jade Cargill, I believe, is going to get this win. She's going to beat Naomi. But here's the thing, though. This is where people who are fans of Naomi, you guys have to understand something, okay? Naomi is going to get the last laugh. I believe so. But is she really going to get the last laugh? I'll talk about it. So, I'm going with Jade Cargill to get the win. I'm going with Bianca Belair and or Nikki Bella and or AJ Lee to win the Battle Royal. JC Jane and Jordynne Grace. I'm going with Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace is going to take that title away from JC Jane. I'm not going to hold you. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I think the only reason why JC Jane is the NXT Women's Champion is because WWE and Shawn Michaels wanted to do something controversial. Wanted to do something that was going to get the world talking. Motherfucker, they got the world talking. When JC Jane won the NXT Women's Championship, defeating someone of the caliber of the beautiful Stephanie Vacar. So, I think that ends, though. I think the honeymoon's over. I think Jordynne Grace is going to come in. She's had a couple of opportunities to potentially get the title. They're not going to wait no more. They're going to thug it out, and Jordynne Grace is going to get the win there. And the honeymoon period of JC Jane, I think, is going to be over. She's been doing solid with the NXT Women's title, but it's time for the fucking play all the games. Time for that shit to end. And Jordynne Grace is going to get the win there. Next up, man. The women's tag team titles. This titles, listen, I don't care for them. I couldn't care. It's my opinion. I think these titles are going right to Alexa Bliss and right to Charlotte Flair. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Charlotte Flair and her character development. She's starting to slowly create a character for herself. And I'm actually enjoying what we're getting. So respect to Charlotte Flair. I'll talk about her in a little bit in a new discussion. But shout out to Charlotte Flair actually starting to come up with a character and a presentation that is organic. She's being herself. When you be yourself, you get more empathy from people. So shout out to Charlotte Flair doing her thing there with Alexa Bliss. But they're going to get the win. They're going to win the women's tag team titles. And yeah, it is what it is there. Let's get to Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton. Okay. I think this feud has been terrible. A lot of what's been happening with Evolution has kind of been out of the blue, random, you know what I mean? And it hasn't been that good. I think the feud and majority of the feuds, honestly, have been just put together. Just been put together, my bad, guys. Notification. But the stuff I feel like has been put together. Not a lot of stuff's been happening. Not a lot of investment from the fan base. And this was just put together last minute. Stratton, no purpose, no reason to come back really and face Stratton other than knowing it's a dream match. And I kind of knew this was going to happen. But just because I knew it was going to happen, I knew I was correct. That does not mean it was quote unquote good. It wasn't good. It was terrible. Terrible booking. WWE really doesn't care about it. It is what it is. And that's my opinion on it. I think Tiffany Stratton, she's going to retain the title. Can Naomi cash in? Of course. But for me, I don't see that happening. I think Stratton's going to retain. And then she's going to get that one-on-one match with Jade Cargill at Clash. I think Clash at the Castle is next. Clash of the Champions or one of those is coming up next. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. Lyra Valkyria, Becky Lynch, and Bayley. I personally think this should main event the show. That's just me. I think this should main event the show. I think, see, this is tough because it's either going to be Becky Lynch or Bayley who wins this match. I don't think Lyra Valkyria is going to win. Jonathan Coachman, that nigga Colt, bro. Did y'all see the tweet that Jonathan Coachman put out towards Lyra Valkyria? It's not a Lyra Valkyria problem. I actually think she's not bad on the mic, but she's not the best either. He pretty much said Lyra Valkyria fucking sucks on the microphone. That is what Jonathan Coachman said. I didn't say that. I don't think she sucks. She's not the best, but she doesn't suck completely. But a lot of people, like Jonathan Coachman, were talking about how the lost art of promos is definitely lost. And we know it's lost. And it needs to come back. And it needs to return. Because you could be a great pro wrestler all you want. But if you're not selling yourself, promos are just as important or even more important than the in-ring ability. So, but Lyra Valkyria, Becky Lynch, and Bayley, I feel this should be the main event at Evolution. That's just me. And I think the winner, see, this is tough. Because Bayley can definitely come back and potentially win this and become the new champ, right? I think Bayley has had a just, how do I put this? She hasn't done anything significant since, a long time. She's been irrelevant. I know she's been hurt, but she's been irrelevant. She hasn't done really anything significantly since coming back, and it's been pretty disappointing. She doesn't really get the reactions. She gets the respect, but she doesn't really get the reactions that she used to be getting. Lyra Valkyria is great. People love Lyra Valkyria. People hate Lyra Valkyria. It's either or. Becky Lynch, she a beast. I'm going to get to a Becky Lynch rant in a little bit there. But this three-way, I think it should main event. Who's going to win? It's tough. But I'm going to go with Becky Lynch. I think Becky Lynch is going to retain. And I think we're going to get a feud between Becky Lynch and Bayley over the women's IC title. And I think Bayley, for me personally, I think Bayley's going to be the one to take the title off of Becky Lynch. Who knows? We'll see. Might be blowing smoke. I might be talking, but it's possible. All right, we'll see. We could have a new champion, but I think Becky Lynch has been doing amazing work as a champ, and I don't think that should be ending whatsoever. Io Sky, Rhea Ripley. I think this is where the title reign ends, and I'm gonna be I'm gonna be disappointed. I love Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley's great. Mommy all day, right? I understand, okay? But the amount of disrespect that Io Sky has been getting as champion is disgusting. It's embarrassing. And people are like, oh, Triple H doesn't love Io Sky now. Nah, nigga, that's not what it is. He loves Io Sky. She's the fucking champion. Okay? So he clearly loves her in some way, shape, or form. Because if he didn't, she wouldn't be champ. But we all know WWE has a love for Rhea Ripley, and I understand it. I love it too. She's great. But here's the problem. You can tell by watching the weekly shows. If you pay attention, you would see this. WWE had Rhea Ripley feud with other people, but they just could not wait to get that title on her. They want that title on Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is going to take that title into WrestleMania 42. Trust me. She's going to take that title into WrestleMania 42. Where do they go from here? That's the question. If Io retains, where do they go? Asuka, right? See, this is where WWE needs to be very, very careful for where they go after this. People want Asuka, Io, SummerSlam. So do I. I want Io and Asuka bad. You got it right there. You've constantly teased it. Let's make it happen. But they want Rhea Ripley as well to be on top. No pun intended. But where do you go from here? Do we do Asuka and Io? A match that people want to see. That's a dream match, genuinely. A match that you've been teasing to take place. Or are you going to give it to your try and true girl and Rhea Ripley? And you're going to get a mixed kind of reaction. It's going to be more positive than negative, but people feel like, we need to get somebody else there. I disagree. I mean, she's a top girl, so she needs to be kept there in the top spot. She doesn't have to be the champion to be the top spot. She can still be the top spot. So I think the best decision is for Io Sky to win this. And if Io Sky does not win, people are going to deem her title run a failure. Deservedly so. Not Io Sky's fault. That was WWE's fault. There was a point in time where Io was not on TV in an important capacity, not defending the title, not even having matches for 3 months. What are we doing? What are we doing with that? So I think that needs to change, but the best decision is for Io to win, and we get Asuka Io at SummerSlam. And hold on one second, you guys. My bad. Okay. Listen. Io needs to win, and Io needs to face Asuka at SummerSlam. It's got to happen. It's got to happen, and I hope it happens, but we'll see where it goes. Overall, my excitement for Evolution, it's there. I'm just, that Io and Bayley match, or that Io and Rhea Ripley match is going to be, it's really going to be telling to where things are going to go in the near future. It's going to be very telling. So let me know what y'all think about Evolution. I went a little too long on the preview predictions, but let me know how y'all feeling about it. Let's continue on, man. Let's talk about Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair addresses the way people view age of women versus the age of men. And this is very interesting. And I am going to be as honest as I possibly can to what this woman just said. I might piss some people off, but they need to hear the truth. And if you want to hear the truth, and if you want to hear the honesty, this is the podcast for you. Okay? Let's read what Charlotte Flair had to say. So Charlotte Flair addresses the way people view age of women versus the age of men. This was via Players Tribune. So she says, I'm 39, but as a female wrestler who's pushing 40, I promise you, there are people in this industry who's already considered me old. People talk behind your back. I know people talk behind other people's back. It just is what it is. She continued, never mind that. I'm literally younger than Cody, who is considered the face of the company, and Roman Reigns, who is probably our biggest star. Never mind that CM Punk, who I'm 7 years younger than, main evented night 1 of WrestleMania, and John Cena, who I'm 9 years younger than, main evented night 2. Never mind that we live in an era who athletes who are extending their primes for longer than ever before. For men, and I say this with so much respect for the guys I just mentioned, there's not such thing as aged out. For women, though, the rules are just different. For the women, as depressing as it sounds, I think a lot of our people still only know one way to value them, as young and disposable. Where did Charlotte Flair say anything incorrectly? I agree with everything that this woman just said. First of all, look at Goldberg. A motherfucker old. Should he be wrestling? No. I seen JBL today on social media. I just seen it. Talking about Undertaker might return. Motherfucker, nobody want to see Undertaker wrestle. Undertaker's my GOAT. Love Undertaker. I don't want to see him wrestle. I'm over it. I'm getting over John Cena. I don't want to still see him wrestle either, even though he's going to retire this year. You know, the age is, it's like what Aaliyah says. Age ain't nothing but a number. If you know, you know. All right. Listen, age ain't nothing but a number. Facts. That's true. But if y'all are doing the standard with the women, and this is another thing too, I really want to start having conversations with a lot of people. Like, I want to do a fucking big podcast with a lot of diverse people who talk WWE, and I really want to hear their views and opinions, man, to situations like this, just in general, but specific situations like this, because you got people who try to act hip, who try to act cool, like they know their shit. They really don't. They're just talking. You have a lot of those people within the space who just quote unquote talk. No validity, no real reasons why they're saying the things that they say. They're just there to get a reaction. People who complain about the women's ages, y'all are the same motherfuckers, man, who are not, oh, Goldberg's back. All right, bet. Even though he's old as fuck, we're not going to mention that. But we're going to mention Charlotte Flair. We're going to mention all these other women. And this is why I'm defending Charlotte Flair in this case. Y'all the same motherfuckers, man. Oh, Bill Goldberg's back. Hoot-dee-whoop. That motherfucker's old. Y'all probably gonna be the same niggas who, if Undertaker come back, oh, Undertaker, he the GOAT. Now, he might GOAT too. Love Undertaker. But that motherfucker old. That motherfucker's old, bro. John Cena getting up there in age. Come on, man. Come on, bro. And I also want to be real with y'all too. With the women in WWE. Kind of going on a tangent, but it's going to make sense. This age stuff and people in pro wrestling with the women, I know that they want to find the face of the company. And WWE is thrown away the key in terms of, all right, we're going to build around one person, 2 people, 3, 4, 5 people. They need to get back to that. Because if you get back to that, you can give some of the women who they feel are the face of the company and be built around them an opportunity to feel in that perception like, yo, I'm the face of the company. They're building around me. Like a Rhea Ripley. Right? She's one of the biggest stars. And Becky Lynch, one of the biggest superstars. Imagine Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch. Those are multiple people who are the quote-unquote faces of the WWE. WWE's passed away from that. I feel like they got to get back to that. But a lot of people, man, you got to be real, man. You got to be real. You got to be authentic with your views and opinions, man. I agree with Charlotte Flair. Nothing that she just said here was inaccurate, was incorrect here. If you have that same standard for the women, y'all need to have that same standard for the men. John Cena, old as fuck. Bill Goldberg, don't get me started. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. Do better, you know? So, I agree with Charlotte Flair. And, yeah, that's interesting that she brought that up. And you can really, see that Charlotte Flair, Ashley Flair, is getting comfortable within her own skin. She's starting to speak out way more. She's starting to be herself. And this is all I've ever wanted for Charlotte Flair as a character. I'm not a big fan of Charlotte Flair. I'm starting to gain a little bit more respect from Charlotte Flair. And I do feel like her career is going to be coming to an end pretty soon. I just feel something. I just feel it, man. I feel the same thing with Becky. I just feel like their career is going to really start winding down. But you see Charlotte Flair being herself, right? Being comfortable within her own skin, saying the things that she genuinely feels inside, and she's going out and saying the stuff that she wants to say. And I think this new, persona or presentation or real life character for Charlotte Flair, I think it's working, and I'm a fan of it. So it's, I don't think she needs to be in world title matches that much anymore, but I'm loving what I'm seeing with Charlotte Flair, man. So salute to her. Let's get into the other women, man. So this is a topic that I have been wanting to talk about for quite some time now. We're in July and I'm already thinking of WrestleMania. I know, but I can't help it. We're thinking about WrestleMania 42, how we can make it better, what matches to be taking place. And the women, there's a lot of competition. You only have 2 women's world title matches. You only have 2 of them. Night 1, night 2. What are the 2 women's matches that have to make sense that the WWE can book to where it's important, it's a big fucking deal, and it's real valuable? Let's start with the women's world title. I love Io Sky. I am a fan of Io Sky. I do not see Io Sky being in the mix when we get to WrestleMania. I really don't. I think it's going to involve Rhea Ripley. Y'all got to deal with Rhea Ripley, man. She's the face. Y'all got to deal with it. Rhea Ripley. Liv Morgan's going to return. She's going to be right in the thick of things. Potentially Roxanne Perez and or Stephanie Vaquer. I believe the match that I would like to see for the women's world title is Rhea Ripley versus Stephanie Vaquer. You can do Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan. It does make sense. You can do that. That does make sense. Roxanne Perez would be very interesting. But the popular choice that I'm already seeing throughout the community is the one that I'm picking as well. It's Stephanie Vaquer and Rhea Ripley. I think that needs to be the blockbuster match for the women's world title at WrestleMania 42. I'm going to stand on that. It needs to be Stephanie Vaquer versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 42 for the women's world title. Now, the women's WWE title match. I'm not going to hold you. I'm really not. Tiffany might hold it all the way till Mania. I doubt it. But I'm just going to let the cat out of the bag. This fucking match needs to involve Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, Naomi. needs to involve all three of them. So number one, you could do a triple threat at WrestleMania between those three ladies for the women's WWE title. You could do that. That's number one. Number two, you can do Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair for that title, with Jade Cargill going into WrestleMania as the champion. You could do that. Or you could do Naomi versus Bianca Belair for the women's title, and Naomi walking into WrestleMania as the champ. I think, though, the best outcome should be the triple threat, because Naomi is doing the best work of her fucking career, and you don't want to leave her out. Because I know people want to see Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. I know that's what y'all want to see, bro. I know this. I get y'all. I feel y'all. I'm with y'all. I understand. I want to see it too. But let's not disrespect Naomi over here. Doing the best work of her career is right now. Let's not disrespect that. That triple threat match, I think, would do wonders for all three women. They're in the biggest match possible. 3 black women fighting for a world title. It's perfect. For the WWE title, excuse me. That's history. That's history. You feel me? You can't pass up on that. But a lot of people want Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair 1v1. And I'm not going to hold you if it happens. Cool. I ain't tripping. I'm not tripping about that. You know, it's tough, man. It's tough situation. But if it was me, I'm doing the triple threat: Naomi, Cargill, Bianca, and then Stephanie Vaquer and Rhea Ripley. Those are going to be my 2 women's title matches for WrestleMania 42. Let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what women's matches that you would book in the comments down below regarding the 2 women's title matches for WrestleMania 42. I know y'all probably thinking, bro, that's a long way away. We never know what's going to happen. True, but we got to start somewhere. But let me know. Becky Lynch. Yo, what the fuck's going on with Becky Lynch, man? What's going on with Becky Lynch? What's up with the hate for Becky Lynch? All right. So someone on social media said elevating championships and wrestlers is a cakewalk for Becky Lynch. You will look at that and you will say to yourself, okay, that's a positive comment there. This person responded, she's the greatest women's wrestler of all time. Positive. No other women in wrestling can do what she does. That's controversial. Anybody people could do it. The booking is important. People could do it, but it just depends on the booking. And I'm not talking about in-ring. I'm talking about the ability to stay on top of the card while bringing others up with her. Yeah, Becky Lynch has been doing very good with that. But what is up with the hate I've been seeing? I don't have the responses here, but people were just... y'all think fucking Becky Lynch did some robbery shit. The way y'all niggas were responding, bro. Listen, for me, Becky Lynch was number 3 of the 4 horsewomen. For me personally, one of my favorites. She was number 3, with Bayley being number 2. Bayley's fallen all the way to number 4, man. That's WWE's fault. I love Bayley. I think Bayley's great, but for me, I've started to get a little bit more respect for Charlotte Flair. She's not number 1. She'll never be number 1. Becky Lynch, she can't be number 1, man. I love her, but she can't be number 1. It's always going to be Mercedes Moné. It's always going to be Sasha Banks. Bias, it is what it is. I'm just more of a fan of her than the other 3 women. But either way, I love all 4 of them. All 4 of them are great. They're goated, solidified Hall of Famers. We know this. But the hate for Becky Lynch is crazy, man. I still think that this might be one of her last run in WWE, and I could definitely see her retiring in the no distant future, man. I really could. So we'll see what happens with that. But I wanted to talk about that. A lot of people do feel like she's the greatest of all time. It's just hit and miss. It's people's perspectives. People have different views and opinions about it. You like what you like. I like what I like. I think Becky Lynch is great. She's number 2 for me. Mercedes 1, Becky Lynch 2, Charlotte Flair 3, and Bayley 4. They're still goated. All 4 of them are great. let's get into, man. We got to get into these TikTok clips, man. We got to get into this, man. I want to talk about Carmelo Hayes' fan theory. Now, someone put this shit out. I first seen it, I was listening to it. I was like, oh, this nigga's actually making sense, bro. This isn't making sense, bro. No cap. And I'm thinking, I'm like, man, I got to put this on the podcast, man. I want to hear y'all thoughts on what this person put out. So we're going to listen to it on TikTok or read it or whatever. And I'm going to respond to it. And then I'm going to give y'all my opinion regarding it. So let's check this out. Oh, hold on. My bad, guys. It got, it's gone. So never mind. We're not going to talk about that. Let's talk about the top 5 wrestlers based on in-ring ability on TikTok. Let's get into that one.
Wrestling community, who's your top 5 wrestlers based on in-ring ability? WWE or not? This is my list. I think they're all interchangeable, but Shawn Michaels and AJ Styles have to stay at the 1 and 2 spots. I don't care. I want to know your top 5. Drop it down below.
All right, this person has top 5 wrestlers based on in-ring ability only. This guy has Shawn Michaels, number 1, AJ Styles, 2, Eddie Guerrero, 3, Kurt Angle, 4, and Bret Hart, 5. Drop comments down below. Let me know your guys' top 5 best in-ring performers of all time. For me, number 1 will always stay number 1. It's the same with this guy right here. It's Shawn Michaels. Come on. It's Shawn Michaels for me. Number 2, I'm going to put AJ Styles. I'm going to put AJ Styles number 2. Number 3, I'm going with Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, number 3. And number 4 and 5, I'm going to go with Seth Rollins at the number 4 spot. And at the number 5 spot, I'm going with Will Ospreay. I'm going with Will Ospreay, man. So I'm going with Undertaker. Or I'm not Undertaker, I'm sorry. I'm going with Shawn Michaels. I'm going with AJ Styles. Number 3 is Kurt Angle. Number 4 is Seth Rollins. And number 5 is Will Ospreay. Comment down below. Let me know you guys' top 5 best in-ring performers of all time. I'm curious to know. Let's get into the last TikTok video. My apologies, guys, of the first one. I actually really wanted to talk about that with the Carmelo Hayes one. But I couldn't really get into it. The video was unavailable. But let's get into this other TikTok talking about peaks in wrestling, whose peaks were better, and who's one of the best peaks, quote unquote. Hold on one second, guys. In the WWE, this is a good conversation that I did see on TikTok, and I wanted to talk about it and listen to these guys and their views and their reasons why they have certain people there, and then give you guys my opinion. So we're going to play the clip, and then after the clip is over, I'm going to give you guys my opinion. So let's get into it.
Is the top 5 best peaks you have seen that you have watched with your own eyes. It could be
anybody. All right, this is their peaks in wrestling. Let's see what they got to say.
Genre of wrestling, could be men's, women's, any type of wrestling that you've seen,
like in real time,
past, present. There's something that you've seen.
I'm gonna stick to like what I see like live. So like, because I started wrestling like 06, so I'm gonna say probably 07 Cena. That is one. Bobby Roode in 2012, the It Factor. That shit was crazy, man.
Actually, I lied. I'm gonna comment as I go. I'm gonna respond as I go. That Bobby Roode one from 2012, TNA. If you know, you know. You feel me? The beer money. Come on, bruh. James Storm with it. Don't play me, dog. Listen, Bobby Roode in 2012, he was fucking him. That run, crazy. Shout out to Bobby Roode, man. A producer for WWE. Shout out to him, man.
And the feud with James Storm. James Storm should have won, but whatever, we move.
Facts.
2011, Randy.
Okay. Okay, hold on one second.
09. Lashley and TNA.
Okay, hold on. A lot of people have been saying that 09 Randy Orton is a little overrated. I don't know, y'all niggas tripping on that one, but 11 Randy. Listen, Randy Orton, for me, his peaks were 2005, 2009, 2011, and then the feud with Edge when he came back in the pandemic era, 2020. Those were the best versions of Randy Orton for me. Now, the Legend Killer, me personally, it's one of my favorites of all time. Favorite versions of Randy Orton, for me, all time. But the best fucking peak for Randy Orton is that 09 one, bro. It's that 09 one, man. But let's continue.
2014 Lashley with the beatdown.
Dog. 2014 Lashley. I remember that one, man. I remember that one. That one was great, but let's continue.
Clan and shit. That was crazy. Low key, bro, like AEW Punk. Even though
AEW Punk over 2011 Punk? That's interesting.
2011 Punk was cool. He got shit on by Triple H and Kevin Nash for some reason and took pins. Awesome Truth pinned him. So 2021 to 2022, fucking AEW. That's what I see in my lifetime. Obviously,
it's so crazy. This nigga did not mention the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, bro. This nigga did not mention Roman Reigns' 2020-2022 run. Hey, man, to each their own, but this nigga crazy. Wow. Okay. Let's see what other people have to say.
I've gone back and watched Stone Cold.
Okay, the 5 that come to mind out of all the wrestling I've studied: 80s Hogan.
Hey, man, listen. I don't like Hulk Hogan. Fuck Hulk Hogan. But I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to lie to you. He's speaking facts there.
80s Flair. I'm not going to go
80s Flair was tough.
in order, though. 80s Hogan, 80s Flair. Austin, obviously.
Yes.
Probably Roman.
Probably. Bro. Okay. At least he said Roman.
John Cena.
So for sure, I put Perk Angle on here.
Thank you. We got to be specific with Kurt Angle, though. No disrespect. I think Kurt Angle was great in WWE, but that nigga's peak in TNA was crazy. Perk Angle, bro. His run in TNA, bro, with the Perk Angle shit. That shit was cold, bro.
Adam Cole NXT, but I'm changing that to black and gold because that alone was a wrestling peak that we will never see again.
Man, fuck the Adam Cole peak. NXT in general, that peak, we ain't never seen that again, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, that black and gold NXT, some of the best, one of the best runs ever. In my opinion, one of the best eras in professional wrestling history was the black and gold NXT. What a time.
Can't see before and never see again. That was like 4.5, 5 straight years of damn near perfection. Kenny Omega, I didn't.
The belt collector. Yeah. The belt collector, Kenny Omega. And then you got the best belt machine, Kenny Omega from New Japan. If you know, you know. But the belt collector from TNA, AEW run, that shit was legendary.
See him in New Japan, but belt collector Kenny was crazy. Tribal Chief, obviously.
Thank you.
That Undertaker 4 years straight.
Oh my, bro! I thought.
Bruh. All right. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I personally think Undertaker had 2 peaks. I'm not gonna hold you. I think he had 2 peaks, bro. He had the 07 peak. That peak was crazy. That peak was crazy, bro. So we had that peak, and then he also had the 4-year peak with the 2 Shawn Michaels matches and the 2 Triple H matches, and then that match with CM Punk. All at WrestleMania, shit was popping.
about
The
that.
Undertaker.
I thought about that.
Well, actually, Undertaker 4 to 5 because the CM Punk one was actually a really great match.
Undertaker's 07 to 2013
There you go. 07 to 13.
streak, just strictly at WrestleMania when it comes to storylines, match quality, zero misses in that time frame. The stuff with Batista, the stuff with Edge, the two matches
Preach.
with Shawn Michaels, the two with Triple H, the match with CM Punk.
Go to
Great storytelling, some even elite storytelling with elite matches that delivered. I'm going to say WCW Goldberg, even though a lot of people like to flag Goldberg on his lack of wrestling
I mean, let's not cap. That shit was popping too, bro. That shit was popping too. Goldberg, fuck yeah.
ability. That might be the most dominant peak we've ever seen. I'm not going to lie to you. 176 straight wins where he was definitively destroying people and you firmly believed it. Like, yeah, that guy's a monster. A Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, probably one of definitely the craziest peaks I've ever seen when it comes to
Yes. Tribal Chief. Come on, bro. The Gold Glove Thanos. Come on, bro. Shit was just pure gold. Storyline moment, storytelling. Straight goated.
the storytelling moments, match quality. I got to say, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, that's probably the biggest star
Come on, man. Facts. No lies detected there.
we've ever seen in wrestling history. I'm not going to lie to you. His popularity peak is insane. And then last, to be a little different.
So we're going to stop there, y'all. 07 Cena, 06, 07 Cena was peak 2. But yeah, man, this was fun, man. We've seen a lot of great peaks in pro wrestling, man. But for that other dude to not mention Roman at all, he tripping, bro. He tripping. I loved all the guys' lists. They were great. I don't think they left anybody out, really. So we've seen a lot of great peaks in pro wrestling. I wonder if we're going to get one of those peaks. Like, if we're ever going to get some of those peaks ever again, it might be a cool minute, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, guys, listen, that was a great state of the WWE casual conversation. We talked about some great things on today's video. Be sure to subscribe to the Wrestling Takeover Podcast, guys, on YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your audio content, man. Spread the word of the Wrestling Takeover Podcast. Word of mouth goes a long way, y'all. So listen, we talked about everything today. It was fun. It was great. I thoroughly enjoyed talking with y'all today on the Wrestling Takeover Podcast. But listen, I'm not a genius. I'm just ahead of the curve, guys. It is what it is. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. This is the Wrestling Takeover Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Turner, and I'll see y'all next time right here on the Wrestling Takeover Podcast for a brand new video.